Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. I appreciate you coming out. Late afternoon, I'm working on this machine. What is it? 2012 yard machine. This thing came in with severe rust. It came in a package deal. We had looked at this thing. It's got some severe rust there, and I had it on its side, and I poked through from the bottom, and it disintegrated. So the engine kicked off with happy juice. I spent some time on it today, painted the muffler, overhead valve cover, the engine block, cleaned the carburetor. It had some bad gas, reset the gap on the coil, clean that all up. Just used a business card. Works great for that. Snakey was getting some sun, which is fine, and Clucky was quite the help. So I was thinking about this thing, and maybe I'll just sell it for $100 so I don't screw it up and break the engine bolts off. Just tell whoever buys it, it may last a couple years. So people are always looking for the cheapest machines. I get people asking me for $60 machines, $80 machines, but I don't go that low. This should be $100 on this 11 Alpha Dash Bravo 13 Mike 729. So I had a couple of young gentlemen reach out to me recently. They had found my channel, and I sent them a goodie package with a flag, some stickers. So they've got an awesome channel going on. They actually hail from Ocala, Florida. Their YouTube channel is DkMowerRepairs. And the twin brothers, Lake and Walker. And they recently restored an 85 snapper walk behind. So check out Lake and Walker. 12-year-old twins. They're really knocking it out on small engine repairs. They got a couple of videos posted. Go check them out. I'll leave a link to their channel down below, DkMowerRepairs. So Ocala's a horse country. There's a lot of rolling hills when you're traveling north on I-75. You get in Ocala, and the hilly terrain starts. Nothing like Colorado, but anything south of Ocala is really flat land. You get into some rolling hills, and like I said, there's a ton of horse farms up there. Breeding horses, riding horses, you name it. The climate's fantastic. So I want to put the this machine down on the ground. What I want to do is put the recoil on, and then while I was messing with this, a machine got dropped off. Guy reached out to me, called me. He had received my number from a neighbor down the street. That neighbor had seen me working on mowers, stopped and chatted it up last year, and wanted me to fix his, so I did. I gave my business card. Sorry, Clucky, I just squashed your head. That was uncool of me. So this guy that dropped the Craftsman off was a referral. So anyway, he was supposed to show up last week, never did, kind of forgot about him. Then he messaged me a couple days ago, could he come out this afternoon? And I said, sure. He did mention he had a mower. I said, let me see it, bring it with you. So it's only a couple-year-old unit. I'm going to show you that after Clucky and I start this 2012 Yard Man. It is a little overfilled on the oil, but it's okay for right now. I'm only going to see if it starts. I'll deal with the oil later. This is the one where the guy brought me 2 machines and he had the coil kill wire grounding out against the block to kill it. So I oiled up the cable. I was able to salvage the cable, and I stole another wire off of a junk machine, the coil kill wire, because he had cut it off up here, and what he had left me was not enough to make a connection. So here we go. Okay, covered the bottom. I used the filter, air filter that was in it. Okay, let me roll this off and start it, and then we gotta look at the Craftsman. Nice looking machine, huh? Well, you're gonna be surprised. So Lake and Walker had wanted to find out what's a good way to get junk mowers. So I told them about scrap yards, tracking down scrappers. So they said their grandpa does some scrap, and I said, well, that's a perfect connection. When he's at the scrap yards, chat it up with other scrappers, have them hold the mowers for Gramps, and you can pay more than the price. My scrappers tell me now it's 5 cents a pound, which is ridiculous. You can't make any money at 5 cents a pound. They're really beating these guys up. Okay, so let's go. I say two pull Annie today. So I think I'll keep it as $100 machine. And it was a 1 pull Annie. I'm getting pretty good at this restification. Almost as good as Lake and Walker. They're really tearing it up in Ocala, Florida. Okay, let me set this thing up for you. Had an SUV. I'm sorry, dyno. So what do we got? We got an M110, the basic machine. It'll take a bag. Data manufacture, 11th month, 2020. So very new machine. 11 Alpha dash Alpha 2 Tango 2793. Reading that upside down. I had checked the filter when he was here. So I'll tell you the story on this. The gentleman was, I think, moved to the area. He had an out-of-state phone number, and thick Jamaican accent. It was kind of hard to understand, but from what I could gather, he said he just took this out of the box. I don't know if it was a shipping box or the new box from the store. He said he put oil in it and gas. So I asked him about gas. This was even before I pulled on it. He said, oh yeah, 93 octane. I said, you didn't use non-ethanol? And he said, no, he just used the best gas. And I said, no, you got to use non-ethanol. I think it's 90 octane actually. So I said, looks like a newer machine. I'm gonna try to get it going. So I kind of propped the handle back and grabbed the bail bar, and we don't have any compression. You'll see in a minute. I got to get a clip for the handle. I'm just trying to get these wing nuts established. Serial 1 kilo 170 kilo 93453. Made by MTD, beautiful Cleveland. OH. Okay, let me grab a bail bar clip. Okay, dyno. Hold on, dyno. Absolutely no compression. This thing is still pulling, and I pointed out to him, I said, this has no compression. There should be some resistance. I pull on it and it's still freewheeling. So I said, I'm not going to do an engine rebuild if it's got internal damage. I said, what I'll do is remove the valve cover and see if there's a stuck valve. But the oil isn't showing any metal particles. The spark plug's tight, so this is weird how a new machine like this has zero compression. I don't even have to put a gauge on it. When it freewheels and keeps rolling, something's terribly wrong. Let's get it on the table. We'll zippy zap the 3 8mm screws on the overhead valve cover. Let me flatten out the mower deck here. Okay, hang on, Clucky. You're way too close to the edge over there. So maybe if I buy this, maybe I should switch that engine, that good engine, over to this Craftsman deck. Okay, let me grab an 8. We're just going to blast this off. Let me take the recoil off just for the heck of it. So you guys give me your thoughts on this head gasket, stuck valve. But from what he told me, just the gas was not right as far as what he was doing. He had oil in it, so this thing just failed on its own out of the blue. He said he was using it, made 2 passes, and it quit. It wasn't something where he couldn't start it. He was actually using it, and it stopped. Oh, didn't want to do that. I wanted to put something under there to catch it. Okay, let me remove the gasket, put these here. probably going to want to remove the plug. Wow. Okay, well, I got action here on the valves. Nothing stuck there. They seem to be moving as they should. Let me pop the plug. So connecting rod. This is weird. They don't call them Briggs and scrap them for nothing, I guess. As Pterodactyl would say. Champion plug RC12YC. I got to get I'll use this Torx T-handle. Just jam it up in here and see. You know, I push the piston back, so it's not attached. Okay, there we go. Pushing the piston, I'm hitting something with the crankshaft. I pushed it back enough where it was jamming into something internally, so this engine shot, which is too bad. I suppose I could tear it down and see why. But I'm on a roll lately, knocking stuff out as far as building inventory. If I bought it, I'd just get a bunch of parts off of this. Yep, so I'm pushing the cylinder. Yep, see, something's gone. Something let go. I think I did it that time. I pushed the cylinder down enough where it's not even pushing the connecting rod back. So that's too bad. He's not going to be happy. So I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing unless I take it off and pull the bottom off to look at the connecting rod. Taking the head off won't do anything. I'm just going to have a top view of the piston, which isn't going to help me out at all. Okay, we're done with this one. Clucky thinks it's terrible, and I do too. So I'll call this guy and tell him it's DOA, dead on arrival. You guys check out Lake and Walker at Twins. DkMowerRepairs. We've got a good restoration video on an 85 snapper. They did that one up nice. They've got before and after pictures of that walk behind. So check out down below. I'll put a link to their YouTube channel. Any questions or concerns? Tommy.time@Yahoo. Let me call this guy and give him the bad news on this 2000 model year Crafty M110. No prime, no choke. Do they still put no oil change required on these? I don't see it. It's just no prime, no choke, ready start. Starts within 2 pulls guaranteed. Oh, that's funny. Briggs & Stratton starting promise, and then in very fine print here, conditions apply. Well, that was clever. That's like an attorney's no liability clause. Certain conditions apply. Interesting on the Crafty. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Appreciate you coming out. As always, you guys are on top of it. Dino's happy to be here. Adios, amigos. Go check out DK Mower Repairs.